What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Deity Europe Civ 5 AI only battle. We're going to do the info addicts next episode, as I said in the previous one. It's because I'm recording 2 in a row, and I don't want to open them while the game's open because it crashes for some reason. So I'll do it next time when I've opened it for the first time, just to save time. Sure, you can all appreciate that. It doesn't matter too much. It will be turn 253, so only 3 turns after 250. Don't think it's the huge importance. Obviously, as long as no Civ completely dies in that time, then I think we should be alright. And Greece has peaced out with Russia. Did they give anything away? No. Good. I mean, yeah, pretty good. They shouldn't have needed to. Morocco also peaced out with Greece. I didn't even know that was going on. They're not near each other, so that's fine. Greece starting to look a bit more like a modern day Greece. I mean, they're still like, they should be a strong Civ. I don't know what's happened for Greece. They were so big. I don't really get why they never really lived up to it. They should have been really good, but yeah, it just never happened for them. I don't know what went on there, what was drawing them back. Maybe there's some issues, happiness, or too many cities. Maybe they were too big, or maybe they just have too many cities for the land that they have, which was hurting happiness or something. I don't really know, but yeah, Greece just seemed to struggle for no real reason. They were very big. Like I said, they probably were at one point bigger than Rome, but obviously Rome maybe just has that balance of where they have their cities better because they're all a lot bigger. That sort of thing, maybe. But yeah, a bit of a surprise, Greece, but that's a sad one for them. Oh, that's flashing a very weird. Whoa, things are getting weird. I think we're pushing the game a bit too much in this series, or my computer, maybe. Who knows? The Huns did denounce Assyria there. But there you go. The Huns obviously probably annoyed. They just had all their trade routes cut off and embargoed, and there's no city-state, so an embargoment in these air-only battles is a killer. Like, it's not like a normal game where you can just trade with city-states. You still make money, but less money, and I mean, you can actually make more off the city-states depending on the scenario, but yeah, this kind of sucks for the Huns. They will now have no money. I don't know whether that will lead to a depletion of units. Normally they have ways to bring it in. They've probably built some trade depots, they know how to manage it, so they should be fine. I remember when I first played Civ 5, and I think Brave New World was out at the time. This was before I made videos, but I hadn't, I just played it, like I just jumped into it, didn't read any strategies. It was like the first time, and without trade routes, because obviously they were introduced later, I think in Brave New World, I think Gods and Kings changed other things, but I think it was Brave New World, introduced trade routes, and that was obviously, before then, you just had like stacked trade depots when you ran out of money. It was quite a weird one, or you actually, the strategic and luxury resource trading was far more important to get money as well. But there you go. That was a long time ago, like before I made a video on this. And again, I didn't read any strategies, so there probably was better ways. But I just remember like getting so frustrated at having to like sacrifice my farms for trade depots and stuff, or whatever they're called. What are they called? The trading posts. That's the one. Cartagena has been okay. So Portugal retook this again. Come on, Morocco. You really. The problem is, we can all sit here and say they're not doing as well as it says. George, you're a fraud. They're not that good. But Morocco, in the info addicts, as far as I'm aware, is probably third, top 3. I think those lines are getting a bit more blurry now to the eye. Obviously, in the next episode, we might find out that it's very clear. But by eye, I think it's getting harder to differentiate the top, Arabia, Assyria, and Morocco away from Russia. Maybe not the Huns, but Russia, the Soviet Union have good technology, and maybe even Austria as well. I think Austria and the Huns might be falling off a little bit, but I think Russia and the Soviets' recent growth and new tech has definitely put them back into the contention again. I'd be happy to say that. I think, I think Austria, they're there in numbers. I mean, they've literally got every tile nearly filled. But some of them, paratroopers against XCOM squads, like there's a bit of a difference. I mean, the Soviets have a mix, but still, it's not quite there for Austria. And Attila is just in a rough spot. Like, I don't see him attacking anyone between now and the end of the game. He might, grab some Goth cities at some point, but that's about it. Embargo Norway and ban Silk. Some pretty interesting votes. These AI. I don't know how they have so much happiness when they ban every luxury in the world. This is why they can't have nice things. They just ban everything. It's ridiculous, but there you go. This is how it all pans out. France. Why don't you just? I was gonna say no. This is Austria. I was gonna say do not attack Austria, France. That would not go well. You could definitely join against Switzerland. You wouldn't have much space to push through, but might work out. The Garamantes have peaced out with Greece, and yeah, they hold on to these 2 cities. I think Greece had this one at the start, and this one. That's a nice little win for the Garamantes. Not really sure what they can do from here, but like I don't think they want to attack any of their neighbours, ideally. Can maybe join in against Mercuria if you rebuild a little bit, and obviously if Assyria is doing enough damage. We do have our first nuclear war going on down here. It looks like, oh, is this city nuked? Probably not. I'm trying to work out from the units. It's not loading in the radiation. It might have happened, but it's already recovered. Actually, yeah, the population's dropped. I think I must have missed that, but this may have been nuked, and it's recovered already very quickly. Which is a surprise. There is a worker here, so maybe they covered that up. But like this city, I mean, they've all seemed to have covered the fallout. I think if we stare for long enough, yeah, there you go. It starts to come back a bit. No sign of the radiation, but I think if we waited a bit longer, it might come back. Yeah, here you go. See, it sort of slowly fades in. There we go. It's all back now. I don't know if the same happens here. This might have just been starving, or no, yep, there you go. There's the radiation. So there's been a few nukes swapping hands between these two. Mercuria still putting up a good fight, but yeah, this is gonna be painful for them. I assume Assyria's just got the capacity to keep going for longer. Mercuria will run out of things eventually. Kind of a shame. I would have been interested to see where they finished. I know some people are not so keen on the Mercuria train of hype. I mean, I wasn't hyped for them. I think they were doomed. Arabia obviously being here as well. But I don't think they were that bad. I think, they didn't do much entertaining, but they were still pretty big. I don't know. I mean, to be fair, if you look at the area on the map, it's kind of similar to the Garamantes now. So these guys will probably finish above them. But, it'll be an interesting race for second place in Africa, I guess, between these two. I mean, there's only 3 African civs left, not including Carthage. Morocco's probably got number 1 spot, I would almost say. I think they're safe, Morocco. They're really safe, because Assyria and Arabia could fight each other, and that could be a disaster for one of them. But yeah, Morocco's pretty safe. Like, Portugal's not going to take them out, although, to be fair, Portugal is putting up a good fight here, and defending themselves very well, buying the rest of the world maybe some time. Obviously, if Morocco gets through Portugal, I feel that might be the floodgates opening. Once they get their hands on some coastal cities and some boats all of a sudden, that could be pretty bad for the rest of the world. Sure, Spain are certainly not in a position to put up as good a fight as Portugal at the moment. They're struggling against Rome, although Rome is probably struggling more. I don't know, they're both struggling. Like, there's no real excuses. I think Spain is too scared to do too much because of the atomic bombs. And Rome, they're just sitting back and doing nothing. I don't think they wanted to be in this war. I don't know how they ended up in it. I think it was a team war with, like, the Soviets. And obviously the Soviets is just, on paper, sounds great because they've got so many troops. But, yeah, they're so far away. They're not going to do anything. So it doesn't really make sense from that point of view. But there you go. Sometimes the AI do some silly things. I don't know why it would happen. Okay, Garamantes and Morocco. Obviously not happy that Carthage escaped into the mountains. I don't know how they're going to get over here. They're probably not. We might see this city bombed with some planes, but I don't think it can be conquered. I mean, they can. I mean, we've seen other civs glitch like through the mountains, so I guess it could happen, but I'm sure Carthage is safe. Hopefully they just don't get distracted too much by it, like running units into the mountains or something stupid, because that would be concerning, to say the least. There's not much you can do about Carthage. I think, actually, I can kill them. I don't know if that works with the city they already have, but I think I could kill them, in theory, but we don't need to. They're like a little pet trapped behind the mountains. They've broken through to a new world of peace and safety beyond the mountain. They're basically us. They are now an AI spectating an AI. This could be some Inception level stuff going on soon. I'm spectating the AI of Carthage that is spectating the rest of the game, which is, there you go, quite a dream within a dream sort of thing going on there. Austria have an AI only battle within an AI only battle. Just put some big civs around the outside, then some mountains, and then some more in the middle. I just had an amazing idea for a series. Yeah, I'll share it. Let me know what you think about this idea, right? We just get a square map, completely plain. What if we make a maze? I don't know how this would work though. Like, you put the civs in a maze of mountains. They have to like fight their way out. I don't know actually how that would work, but that's a pretty cool idea. There you go. Sure it's been done elsewhere, but it could be fun. Obviously, I don't do that many custom map ones. I try to stick to the world and Europe simulations. I do like the world ones quite a lot. I know there's suggestions for other continents, and I'm sure I'll get round to them. They're just a lot harder to do, to be honest, because I have to find lots of mods and stuff, and not got the best relationship with mods after some of the recent events. You get nuked again. What? Mercuria, I get you're scared and stuff, and you want to nuke back, but that's just like not a useful nuke to use at all. It's not helping you in any way, shape, or form. Just nuke this city. I get you can't nuke Thebes, but like just they're not even fighting back. They're literally just sitting here like, yep, you're gonna nuke us, we're gonna nuke you. It's gonna be painful for everyone. That's the way it's going at the moment. But yeah, I don't really see anyone winning this war. Assyria is definitely, they're being way too scared. Like they need to just grow up a little bit, come and attack properly, because at the moment this is just dreadful from them. Gonna be honest. I mean, this is pretty cool, like all these units, but why are they not? If you cleared out Mercuria, you wouldn't even need to worry about Arabia because you would be so far ahead. But no, they won't do that, will they? We can only wish. That might be a bit of a stretch. I think Arabia is still pretty scary, but Arabia doesn't even look that bothered about attacking someone. Like if they wanted to go after Mercuria right now, it would be a piece of cake. But well, not necessarily, but should be a piece of cake. They have sea control. They could use all the guided missiles. It would be pretty powerful. A nuclear missile and stuff, atomic bombs. Kill these units rapidly. Move in. It could be over very, very quickly. But it's not going to happen. So let's not get our hopes up too much. This war is teetering out. I'm hoping we get a new big war soon. It's starting to get a little bit questionably slow. The Soviets pieced out with Sweden. Russia's pieced out with Greece. We're literally just sort of watching a city change hands multiple times in northern Morocco. And then the only other real siege. I mean, this city is at 0 health, but Switzerland probably won't get it back. I mean, they might next turn. Just looking at it right now because it is at 0. But beyond that, it's not going to happen that often. So yeah, hopefully we get a new war fairly soon. We'll see how it goes. Right, who's this? Garamantes have denounced Rome. Not too bad. Interesting. I mean, at this point, the Garamantes could probably beat Rome. Wouldn't surprise me. Rome has just been so useless. Doing absolutely nothing. And it's the Goths' turn to wrap it up. And who's this? Portugal has entered the information era. Plenty of civs have done so now. Right, we've got 2 more turns of this episode. Let's see how they all play out. Arabia, what are you up to? Nothing. That is kind of, come on, just go after Mercuria. You know you want to do it. I want to see it. Just stop moving all these planes around. Why do they move them all around? Is there a reason they do this? Like, at this point, it's not even keeping them safe, because everyone can see them, and almost every city has them in, so moving them around doesn't actually do anything. Who knows? Doesn't really make sense. They've built up a lot more units over here since I last questioned how big they were last episode. Definitely, they heard what we said. Added some first mechanized infantry units that I said were maybe missing. I'm sure they were there probably back then. I just didn't see them. But there you go. Come on, Russia. What are you going to do for us? Get us a war? Nope. Nothing out of them either, surprisingly enough. Denmark still. Can they make it? 49 turns to go. Can they survive till the end? Would be cool to see. They have some submarines now. Pretty nice. Norway's not done much for a long time. I mean, a very long time. They fought Sweden and Denmark at the start, but they sort of stopped. Seem to be friends with Sweden, but obviously Sweden's not really a threat anymore. So yeah, I wonder if Norway would go after them. They'd probably be the one most likely to kill them. I mean, Austria could probably do it as well, but they wouldn't get open borders with the Soviets, I'm imagining. So Norway is probably the best candidate to do it, unless the UK really starts, churning some boats out. But this Austrian border is an issue as well. And France, yeah, they can't actually. The best place to build boats, I imagine, is London, and they can't send them around. I guess Birmingham's still pretty good, as is Manchester and Belfast. So that's maybe a bit of an excuse, but yeah, there you go. That's all I can sort of say. These city placements are pretty good. Manchester isn't, but Birmingham, I mean, it's probably more like here. London's obviously meant to be there. Edinburgh, I think, is there because it's the Celts' capital. I don't know exactly where it should be. Obviously, Glasgow isn't here. Belfast, I mean, is it over here somewhere? Leeds, pretty bad. I think that's more where the Citadel is. kind of area. And that means Manchester's more like over here, I think. Or, yeah, I don't really know. Dublin, yeah, that was terrible. And Cardiff's a bit off. But, you know, some cool placements. I don't know about other... It'd be cool to look into the other civs, but I don't really know where they should be placed. So it's kind of hard to do it. Oh, Portugal, yeah, retake this. Spain, I mean, Madrid's obviously supposed to... Barcelona's pretty close, I think, if not bang on. But they always tend to do that. Oh, and Switzerland did retake the city of Bern. I'm not sure if Austria will grab this back. Possibly. But they're a bit far away. But we'll see. There's a musketman in there. Poor guy. Stood next to all these other cool units, and then you're just a musketman. Wallachia completes the Manhattan Project now, so lots of civs starting to have nuclear capabilities. Wallachia is just like a little fortress. I don't know. It's not going to be easy to take them out, whoever you are. Like, they have definitely got an army here. It's going to be painful to fight through that. I mean, they have the same infantry level as Russia. Wouldn't want to fight those guys. Oh my goodness, come on. Assyria, you need to be doing better than this. Please. We desperately do need some new wars. I don't think I've seen any declared, bar that one on Carthage in the last 2 episodes. So we could desperately, you know, do with another one to spice things up a little bit in this next turn, final turn of the episode. Because it is getting a bit slow at the moment, but that's kind of understandable. We're in that build phase. There's obviously lots of wars, then they rebuild and get huge amounts of units. Austria is one that might, you know, throw themselves into something soon. I'm sure it's going to happen. And it normally just takes one like spark, and then the rest of them shortly follow. Either their neighbour's distracted, or someone near them's getting weak, and they all sort of join in. Not sure what it's going to take. I don't see this Rome-Spain one leading to anything, sadly. I think they will peace out at some point. I don't know when exactly. They're still going for now. Oh, sorry. Knocked the microphone. Russia, no. Not going to do anything for us. I don't know what they would do, to be honest. They have so many options. Like, they border Wallachia, Greece, the Goths, Rome, Austria, the Soviet Union, the Huns, Denmark. Have you just broke the game? Maybe. Please. What's happening, Denmark? What have you done? I think it's the next stage of the world. No, we crashed. Well, it was the last, like, 1 minute, so I'm not gonna... I'll go figure out what happened there, and hopefully it will be fixed for next time. But yeah, I'll end this one here, just because there was only 1 minute left, and normally I would go and try and restore to the next turn, but I'll go try to fix that. I think it's good timing. But yeah, that was strange. Sure, it's nothing too bad. It might just be a glitching unit or something that's broken something. Hopefully it's fine. If not, I'll just try and get it to open, and then we'll have to just, you know, do an emergency escape. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. As always, if you have enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. Be sure to subscribe as well if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.